Hi. Obviously, like midway last month, I, archived most of my posts on Instagram because I don't really feel good on the app anymore. I don't really know what it means to be on Instagram or on Twitter or on any social media app or like kind of online these days. Like I think like because I'm changing really deeply like within myself, or I have changed and I'm just catching up, like 'cause that's what it feels more like that than I'm actually like actively like implementing changes right now. Like it feels like it's already happening and then I'm just catching up, and it's quite mournful and like um I don't know, I'm just like in and out of grieving and just feels like awkward growing pains. And yeah, it's not fun, but sometimes you can find, yeah, I mean, of course there's like places that you can find like real like light in them. And I don't know, like obviously I did this like a couple weeks back, and I don't know, I like my main takeaway from it, from like doing all the archiving of like literally 12 years of posts on this app, is that like so much for change, right? Like I don't think I'm actually that different from who I was 10 years ago, 8 years ago, you know? Um I feel like there have been, I mean, obviously I'm an adult now compared to like me being a teenager then. But like, oh my god, wait, like it's crazy. 10 years ago I'm like 18, so basically still well, like 18 still a kid, okay? 17, 18 still a kid. But yeah, and then like 12, 13 years ago is what do you call it? Yeah, teenager ages, 15 years old and 14 and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I did this so that when I do come back onto Instagram, which I know I was likely to do. Like I'm not saying, I'm never saying never. Like, I mean, we live in a society, and it's like totally unrealistic for me to like just remove myself completely from social media, which is what I keep trying to do, and then like shooting myself in the foot. So yeah, I made my feed look nice, or like look like something I want to come back to, and like I don't know, it's like quite heartwarming. Even though like my captions, like they can be like very depressing. I don't know, I found that I was like very like sad looking back at like the ways that I felt like I would feel really low about things, and I remember like what I was going through at the time. And yeah, I don't think they really like compared to like the things that like I go through now. Like, at least I was never like in debt and like never as broke as as I am now. Like I think my financial situation brings a whole other layer onto, like, I mean, I think that's a given in just like being an adult, right? I mean, not debt, right? Like not everyone has debt and everyone can like make money and like people have jobs, right? But like, yeah, like obviously I was a kid. I don't really have to worry about all of the things I worry about now. And like obviously like, yeah, financing and like money is a big part of that. Um, and yeah, there's also captions about like being gay and stuff, and like that's also a big part of adulthood too that I find difficult to grapple with. But recently, I've come to like a really good place about things. So it's also interesting seeing captions like this and being like, oh, hashtag is it gets better. But yeah, like this is a positive caption, like, Yeah, it's just beautiful. I don't know. Even when it's sad, it's beautiful. I don't know. I had more insightful things to say. I'll probably like naturally like come to say it, but I'm also just doing this so I can post video content finally and like get like a first content out of the way. So hey, this is what I sound like. I mean, if you scroll back in my archive, there's like I have like audio recordings of like my essays. So it's there if you've never heard my voice before. But hey, I'm Rihanna. That's how you pronounce my name. If you look at it and you think it's like Rena or something, or Rena, it's Rihanna, like the singer. But I don't know, if you're American, you probably pronounce it like Rihanna. Anyways, yeah. And this is my Instagram. It's like mostly inactive, but it has to be active because like obviously like when you're creative, your career is very linked to Instagram, and like it's it's a bit jarring because I've taken all of my creative outlets. I don't know, my work off of my Instagram because I just think that the way I never know how to market myself. That's also my problem. Never knew how to like post my writing in a way that like looks I don't know. What's the word? Appealing. Yeah, appealing. And it's the same thing with like crochet. I don't know. I'm not very good at this kind of stuff, but I am very good at romanticizing things, romanticizing my world, and like having a sense of whimsy about things, which I think is very evident from how I write on here, how I communicate, and like it's probably very evident from all the posts I'm scrolling through right now. Like, it's nice to see London through my own eyes, even though it's my own eyes and I've lived in London the whole time. So this isn't a new perspective, but I don't know, it's nice to remember, and it kind of feels new because there's things that I don't remember. It's just like, oh, nice. Like, I don't remember where this is from. And also the captions, just like kind of crack me up. A little bit like they won't be relevant, or they'll be like a song, or just be something really deep, and or just be an emoji, or just, I love to think like, what the fuck am I talking about? And a lot of the time I'm just like, what the fuck am I talking about? Or this is a song lyric. I don't remember what song it is. It's so funny. Usually I would. Okay, so many thoughts in my mind, making it very hard to unwind. I guess I should take one. Wait. So many thoughts in my mind, making it very hard to unwind. Yes, I should take one, just one. It's a Tribe Called Quest song. I don't remember what it's called. But yeah. I love Family and Friends Bear. Yeah. Americana Exotica. And that's from the movie The Fall, which, oh my god, I want to write about, but I don't feel like it's necessary to write about. It's just a beautiful fucking movie. It's my favorite movie. So good, so good. Only God Forgives. That movie was aesthetically pleasing. I don't remember what happens in it. I feel like it's good. I don't know. I like Ryan Gosling and like grungy film noirs with like nice lighting. So obviously another one of my favorite films is Blade Runner 2049, even though I'm not even like, I don't even understand the Blade Runner lore. Like I fell asleep through like all the older movies. I just love how that movie looks and feels and the story it tells. And I don't know, I just feel so entranced by it. God, whenever I think about that movie, I'm just like so captivated. And it's like, I think like film noir is like, as a genre, like, not to be basic as hell, because I feel like it's so basic, it's just they're so delicious, they're so delectable, you know, like, yeah, so much can be said. So much can be said. Helter Skelter also gives a vibe, even though it's like very chaotic. I don't know if it would be considered a film noir. Concept, One Direction joke. Rest in peace to them, or rest in peace to Liam Payne. I can't think about One Direction without, obviously, I think that's kind of like obvious, right? But like thinking about One Direction, I always like, oh my god, Liam Payne is dead. And like I found out from my whacked out manager / ex-friend while I was on a date, right? I thought she was just like making a joke and just like harassing me about something while I was, you know, in my free time, like trying to like have free time while I was like not at work with her. And then, you know, then she's all like, oh, he died. I'm like, wait, what? And then I show my date, and then she's like, what? And we're both in shock. And yeah, it was so funny, but also obviously maybe not funny, but yeah, like it's just, yeah, childhood ruined, I guess, but also not really. I don't know. One Direction wasn't really like my childhood, it was my teenagehood. I made a point of not getting into them when I was like more of a kid. I mean, I also was maybe a bit too old for One Direction when they first came out. I was 13. That's not that old, but like, you know, I was 13 when they first were on X Factor, and I also wasn't allowed to watch X Factor. So it was that. Yeah, I only really got into them because Harry Styles had a nice smile. And I feel like there was more of a reason. I get, like, obviously I was on Tumblr and they were like always on my dashboard, but like I don't know what like really took hold of me in 2014, because it was 2014, right? Which feels quite late, like literally like they'd break up, or like, yeah, and a year after. But yeah, it was 2014. Maybe even was it 2013? No, it wasn't Take Me Home era. I would have been like so into them during the Take Me Home era, but no. I remember it was just before 4 came out. So yeah. Yeah, just Zayn and Harry. I like them with long hair, and I think that's literally what it was. I don't remember if it was anything deeper than that, but I felt like it was. But yeah, it was a very fun year of my life, and I kind of miss being into One Direction, but like I can't believe they've been broken up for longer than they have been together, and also cannot believe they're never coming back, because the only member that wanted them to come back is dead now. So that's insane. And I really wish, like, I think that's also what I get frustrated with in my mind these days. Like, I think, I don't know, all day I've been like very bombarded with my own, I mean, not like by myself, I'm very met by my own like nonsense a lot of the time, if not all the time. It's really just me just making noise all the time, obviously. So I was just like met with like how I'm not feeling very inspired, and like then that causes my thoughts to like recapitulate in a way that, like, I mean, they typically do anyway, but like, I mean, just because it's just OCD, and like, you know, just how my brain kind of moves naturally, which is sad, because it's like, I don't know, I love when I can move, when I can push past them, when I can like find things, and even right now I'm struggling to find the words that I want to use, like to articulate in a way that I want to exactly, right? Like to be exact in the words that I mean. And yeah, I've kind of felt like a bit restless and antsy today, because like yeah, yeah, obviously it impedes on my creativity in a real negative way. Like, that affects my only source of income right now, right? Which is my, like, literally me creating, right? So, like, obviously if I don't make like a bunch of stuff to sell at the market tomorrow, which I mean I already have a bunch of stuff to sell, but like stuff that I know will sell for sure, right? Which is what the plan was today. Even though had a whole 2 months to do it, but I digress. Yeah, I left out today because I'm smart like that, obviously. Yeah, like if I what was I even saying? If I didn't do that, oh, if I do that, right? If I can't create, yeah, what am I trying to say? If I couldn't create in the way that I needed to create today, which I mean I kind of did, but like not in the way I needed to, right? Like I just did something so I can get the juices flowing, and then even then I didn't feel inspired because like I mean I crochet all the time, I knit all the time. I've only like not knitted the past 3 days because like I recently got my nails done, and yeah, I just thought it would be an issue. And like, yeah, I've been a bit scared because my, like, obviously, like, when you do it that much, like, your hands kind of ache and your forearm kind of aches. And like, recently, I can feel the muscles or like the veins in my forearm, which is kind of made me scared and like not wanted to overwork it. And I thought the nails would make that worse. So I kind of just like put it to the side for a bit. But then obviously, me literally having no money once again. I mean, this happens like once every like or once or twice a month, right, where I will have no money. So it's to be expected. This has been my life for probably like 5 years now, and that's maybe kind of bad, but also like I mean poverty is poverty. I'm kind of just used to it. It's just what life is now. 5 years is a long time to just like no money, but you know it's just been my reality. Like, well, no, not like, no, in 2020 I had money. Since I moved out, right? Like, moving out to live in this relatively expensive flat, like, for my own peace of mind, and yeah, like, it's great to have a roof over my head, but I have not had money since I've moved in. And that's just a reality I have to face. I'd rather, like, have no money and have this beautiful place to live in than to, I don't know, like, go back home. Even though I love my family, I mean, I wouldn't be able to survive there, if I'm honest. Yeah, like, I think literally I've just grown past that version of myself, and to regress into that, like, I don't think I could, like, would be able to make it out mentally. Like, I wouldn't be able to survive that. And yeah, I don't know, looking back at these posts and like tapping back into like the mindsets that I was in. Like, obviously, like, this is not the experience that everyone else has going through this feed. Like, my friend said, like, once I changed my bio and my icon and stuff, and I did change my username to username with like a bunch of like dashes, so I could like appear anonymous and no one could pay me any mind. And then like when my friends like clocked like I did that and I saw them like the next day, they were like, oh my god, like I thought that, like, I was just like, who is this, like, and yeah, that's kind of like what I wanted to evoke. But then like I also did want remnants of me on my feed, just in case like people miss me. And like, yeah, like, for example, I had one of my friends like, oh, love my noisy neighborhood. Like, who's getting told to shut the fuck up? Surely not me. Like, I hate that. I mean, obviously, I mean, they don't hear me from all the way up here. Like, I make a lot of noise, bitch. Like, I be yelling, I be singing, I be screaming, I be crying loud as fuck. But, you know, they don't be hearing me, apparently. Or, I don't know, I just get away with it. Maybe just the same way I let them get away with it. Anyways, yeah, so I had this friend, like, check in with me. Like, this is around when I wrote the loneliness essay, or published the loneliness essay, because it was something I had been working on for a couple of weeks, right? As I was, like, traversing the feeling of, feeling gradually more lonely while going around people, expecting to, I don't know, like, solve that or, like, fix that loneliness, right? And then only feeling more lonely. And, I mean, like, a good thing is that, like, once I published that, and then, like, once I did this, I started just, like, throwing myself into, I was gonna maybe write an essay about this, but I don't think I need to. I like, the whole point of me writing that essay was to, like, get it out of my system, because loneliness is something I grapple with a lot of the time. But as I said, like, sometimes I worry that it is self-inflicted, and maybe I just need to put myself out there more. So, like, maybe 2 days after I published the essay, I had a party at my house, which was, like, very, like juxtaposing in my mind, like, because it felt like a weight off my shoulders to write that, but I was still in a mindset of just like, yeah, I genuinely do feel lonely. And then to have, like, a bunch of people at my house, right, for my best friend's party, and then, like, it was so good, it was so nourishing, right? I felt so nourished by the people who are around me, right? And I think that's what it is. It's like, it's not about, like, I need to hang out with, like, people that will nourish me. And it's been sad because, like, on one hand, I've recognized that, like, I've outgrown some relationships that I really didn't want to outgrow. But that's what I'm saying about, like, this, like, sort of change and, like, growth that's been taking place in my life, my own life, that's, like, that already kind of happened without me. Like, I think that these things that already happened, and, like, these things that were already apparent, and I'm just catching up. So I think it's already happened, and that makes it sort of okay. Like, it has been sad, but it's also okay, right? It's a sadness I can accept and be all right with. Like, I don't know, I'm not, like, profusely crying in the way that, like, and, like deeply heartbroken and dismayed and, like, disappointed. I'm not, like, trying to, like, fight things. Like, I think it's genuinely something that I can open up myself to. It is just full of, like, grief, though. But, like, if grief can be warm, this is a warm grief. I think grief can be warm. I think grief is a complex thing. I think that grief can be warm. I feel a warm sense of grief. What the fuck? Grief. Or, like, bittersweetness, but I don't think bittersweet. I never really liked the term bittersweet, because, like, I don't know, like, things never really feel bittersweet. Like, either, like, for me at least, they only ever feel bitter or sweet, right? They never really feel like they can be both at the same time. I'm having deja vu really strongly right now about the word bittersweet and looking at this photo. Strange. But yeah, yeah, like, it's like, I guess it's pretty useful for, like, I think, like, if you're easily swept up in nostalgia, or, like, you can live in the kind of latent sadness that, like, life can bring you sometimes, like if you're able to, like, action in that and, like, move in that, like, even though it makes you sad, right, and it doesn't take you away from it, you can still immerse yourself in it, then I feel that's what, like, proper, like, bittersweetness feels like. But what I'm, like, trying to express here is that I'm not able to do that. Like, some things, like, are kind of, like, it's not even sadness, it's just like exhaustion, or just like a, an ostensible like death. Like it just feels like dead, like it just feels gone. Like a ghost of a thing, like a haunting, right? Like you just kind of feel haunted around certain things or certain people, certain ideas, certain ways you used to think about things, right? Like it just feels like a ghost. And that doesn't feel bittersweet to me at all. It feels like a ghost. Like it feels haunting. But again, like that doesn't have to be like scary or bad or sad. In this case, it feels sort of warm. Like, you know how like ghosts are like understood to be like a cold presence, right? And just then I got a little chill, right, when I said that. I mean, my window's not even that open, but I got a little chill when I said that, just like on my face just then, which is, I don't know what that's about. Like, hey, ghosts. But yeah, like, you know how that's like the understood like sense of like what an apparition would like that would be like, or encounter with, you know, spirits, like, you know, with the other side is supposed to like be, right? In this case, like what I feel about like life now, or like the journey, the direction I'm going in for myself now, it feels warm. It feels like a warm, like gentle touch. It's not as like strong as the sun, but it can feel like an empty hug, or like a touch, like the whole, you know, when it's interesting. So like a lot of the time I feel touch starved, right? But I think that's just a natural like symptom of like loneliness, right? Even when I'm around people, like I'll feel touch starved. And so when I went to do my nails on Saturday, obviously the woman has to like hold your hand to like do your nails, and like the whole time I couldn't like really feel her, right? Like usually when I feel like as like starved as I do, right, I kind of feel desperate and hungry for anything, and I could like really feel when people touch me, like, do you know what I mean? Like a little like grazing on the arm, or like a brush on the shoulder, you know, or like an accidental like, you know, like little shift like in like, do you know what I mean, on like public transport or something. I could really like feel that, like it's kind of like it like kind of like stings for a second. The lady holding my nails, like it just kind of didn't feel nothing, and like I think it was because I was like so like I don't know, I was excited about getting my nails done. This is the first time I've done my nails since 2017, I think. So like from this era of my life, when I used to just feel like it was more appropriate to be girly, I think nowadays, that's also something I'm like exploring more, like what gender means to me. I mean, I've always been kind of like thinking about it, but I think I've given myself more like the space to think about it more, because a lot of the time I consider gender in like with respect to like how other people perceive me, and I'm quite like lazy in like with dealing with other people's perceptions. Like, for example, I don't really enforce my pronouns at all, but I know how I feel when people use she her pronouns. Like it is very like jarring. It is very just like, I mean, is that really what you see? Is that really what you feel? Like that's very shocking to me, but it's also not in the society that we live in, right? Like obviously people see me as a girl if I present like a girl, right? And you know, who I once was, like, and I feel like I'm coming to be again, is someone that wants to like confuse people, but like I think for a long time I just didn't feel audacious enough, right? And now hopefully I'm coming back into that, where I want to be audacious enough to, like, you know, just be gender fucking all around the place, you know. But like, I kind of worry about like what that looks like alone, quotation marks. Like, I mean, I wouldn't have to do it alone, but like, you know, I've always liked the idea of doing that with like more people that are like experience the same thing. But like, I think what's happened over the years that like I've actually immersed myself in like offline community, right, is that like queer culture, or like queer identity, queer lifestyle has really been rooted in like dating and like romance and relationships, rather than like expression. And it's not like entirely that, right? I think like for me it's just like around these times I was set with who I was around like a bunch of straight people, straight cis people, right? And I was the only queer one, and I only, like, I knew I was already kind of weird, so it was like weird to them. So I you know, just slapped my pronouns on the table, let people do like what they would with them, you know, and like take them if they wanted, you know, not take them if they didn't want. Like, I didn't care that much, and then like that was it. And then like in 2018, when I was like immersing myself in queer culture more in London, obviously I wasn't the only queer person around now, and then it like looks different. And then it's like, even then it wasn't really about, I don't know, connecting to people in that way, until it was. And then genuinely, like, I think that's what's like changed recently. Like, I realized how swept up I've been in that for like 7 fucking years, and it's been pretty intense to like come out of. Like, I went to the new lesbian bar in the area. Well, not in the area, it's not really that close to me, but it's the new lesbian bar in London, right? Relatively new, it's like a year old now. And on Tuesday, and like, you know, it's nice to feel like really secure. And that's what I'm saying about the warm ghost, right? Where it's like, it's nice to feel really, really secure about like who I am and how I approach things now, because like it was a singles night, right? With like for BIPOC, right? And I know that like I'm not interested in dating right now. I love being single. And really and truly, like, I wanted to just like kind of I just wanted to be in community with other single people, just to like meet them, chat to them, talk to them. And if something happens, it's not like I'm not open, right? Like, I say I'm like not interested, but I'm like I'm open to it. I'm willing to be surprised. I'm willing to be like shocked. I don't know, right? Like, and the only surprise I experienced that night is seeing my ex that I haven't seen in like 2 years. So, and that was a nice surprise. Like, she's sweet. So, but like, yeah, like I'm kind of just like open to, like kind of with like just my creative endeavors as well. Like, just open to inspiration, open to just being like having my eyes opened, right? Like, in that way. And yeah, it was a very nice night because I could like just kind of like let it wash over me, right? I mean, I never really come to those nights with like that kind of intention set, like to meet someone, because I don't really believe in it, right? And I feel maybe like a cynic whenever I'm in those spaces with my friend, because that's also the only other reason I went, is because my friend invited me and got me tickets. And like, yeah, that's the only reason why I would go to singles nights if my friends are going. Like, I wouldn't just go by myself. Even though that I think that is the best way to do it and the most feasible way to do it. Like, if you actually want to, like, I don't know, not be single by the end of the night, like, you should probably like just try going alone, and then I feel like maybe you can immerse yourself in it more. But I know for lots of people, like, that's not the best bet. Like, they're not very comfortable with doing that sort of thing. But for me, I used to love doing that, and that's how I used to meet people before, like going to things by myself, right? It's been harder to do that recently, but I'm coming back into doing that again, which I'm quite happy with. But yeah, then there's that sad feeling of just like all the people that I've connected with like the past 6-7 years, right? And feeling like I don't know, like so far away, like not any like hostility, animosity, but it's just like we're so far away. And all I've got are the people that like make an effort to be close, or I can see a way to be close to. But then that's what keeps happening. I keep like, it really does tie into how I've archived my posts on Instagram and what I know that these people see from it. In a way that I can't really articulate right now, but like, okay, so for example, this caption, let me see if I could just be like, I don't know, like a bullshit on the spot or something. I don't know. Well, I'm not trying to bullshit. I mean, I know it's connected, but it's just like, I don't know, it's late and I've felt quite like delirious today, or on all the days. At least this was a cooler day and it's not like one of those heat wave days. But yeah, like, I don't know. I'm just kind of like always sort of fatigued, and like I just don't really say things the way that I want to be saying them exactly all the time, so I end up waffling. But let it be what it is. Let it be what it is. So, tea of the night: don't let anyone tell you anything, because you will associate shit, then feel triggered every time it mentioned, since they're gone or a piece of shit or something. This is definitely about my ex, first ex. And I wonder what it was. I remember writing this post, but I don't remember what it would have been exactly about. But yeah, interesting. Sky was bare pretty today. Oh, you know what? This week has been ugly in terms of mood, but I love you all so much. Like, people out there, bare love, all of it, all the love. Harry Styles reference a little bit, but also, yeah, I was so full of love, full of whimsy, and that's also why I wanted to like just share this, because like I feel like that's very palpable, right? And maybe that's how it connects to like how I feel like people can really see that from me, right? That I am a lover, right? And in some of my most recent essays, I've been like, you know, kind of like disassociating from that identity, because like it feels uncomfortable to identify as a lover if it feels like I have no space for love in my heart these days, if it feels exhausting, if it feels tiring. But like I feel I know that like burnout isn't like my truth, right? Like, to put it in a way that like just sounds kind of stupid, like, yeah, I think that's what it is. Like, this isn't like my truth, right? I have felt burned out for a very long time, showing signs and symptoms of mental illness, love, at all times, which we hate to see. But it's also like, you know, I am a person beyond that. I am like a full-fledged human, like, I don't know, with like desire and like a heart, a beating heart, blooming, like glimmering, shimmering heart, and whimsy and beauty and stuff. And it's like, it's so nice as well, like because my storage is running out. I'm constantly having to like look back through my posts, not my posts, sorry, my storage, or like my photos on my phone and stuff, and like old audio recordings, and listening to stuff back and looking at stuff, and just like deleting pictures and stuff. But in the midst of that, I'm looking back at like how I used to look, or like even days ago. I'm just like, why do I always try to convince myself that I look ugly in a moment, and then when I look back, I love my face. I forget how much I love my face. My face is the only face that's like my face. I know me and my dad look alike, but like my face is great. My dad, I like the way my dad looks. Like he almost looks like how I look. But like I have such a great face, such great proportions, right? Like I love my face. Like to me, my face is the most aesthetically pleasing, right? And it takes a lot to like it took a lot of work to like get to this place, because I know around these times I weren't really feeling my face like that. I used to wear a lot of makeup, used to do the most, right? But like now it's just like my face is so exciting to me. That's also why I used to like that's what I found in makeup as well, like to be able to like being able to like do different shapes, like shifting and changing and like mixing it up, and it's so fun to like contort my face into whatever I want it to be in that moment, like create art with my face. Like it was so fun. I feel like it's hard to immerse myself in now, just only because I'm broke, right? And I don't have all the makeup products I would want, right? Because obviously back then I had student finance and like a job, and like, you know, I was open to doing work, any work, like denigrating work, and now I can't just do that. And I don't know, I'm not gonna get a master's degree like I thought I would. I mean, I still could, but I don't get why I would now. So yeah. Done now, perhaps. Stay gay, y'all. Am I done? No. I remember this day. This is very cute. First time I celebrated Pride with my friends. Well, no, second time. Likes girls. Damn, is my pussy gray? Gray? Is my pussy gray? I can't help that I look good these days, but there are so many pictures of me on my Insta, and unfortunately, in this moment, I find me very repulsive and ugly, and let me change this. And then my old manager / ex-friend telling me I'm not ugly. Oh. I do it for these kind of comments. I really miss my best friends. Everyone's my best friends. But no, like an ongoing thread. Like it's nice, like kind of feel like who you were thinking about or occupied by or like loved by, or who loves you through like the images you take. Like I can see Mia through this a lot. I can see my first ex through this a lot. I can see fucking Lauren Haregi from Fifth Harmony through these. I can see my English teacher, Miss Edmonds, through these things. I can see somehow my English degree, like it shows up, right? In like the pictures I take, right? Because obviously like most of these are like on the commute to like uni and back, right? Like obviously this is Canary Wharf. You probably recognize that like if you're walking around there like 8 to 3 a.m. and that's how the water looks like in the, yeah, like because the the tannoy thing, the is that what it's called? No, like the I used to remember. See, I used to know what that word was when the words are moving across the screen. What is that? I know what that word is. I used to be a fucking nerd and I knew what that word was. I don't remember what that word is now. But yeah, like that's there, and yeah. Anyways, but yeah, I promise you, it all connects. And I sound the same, and I obviously look the same, and I feel the same. This feels like who I am, even though I'm changing, right? Or I've changed, but this really feels like also who I have been the whole time. So off key, wait. You thought it was over.